What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, man? Check it out, man. Who's that talking that gangster shit? Somebody gonna kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. This is the show we call BaldHeaded Reasoning, man. It is Friday night and I'm feeling all right, so grab yourself a drink and we're gonna tell you what we think. I know you heard them crickets, so it is time to kick it. I am your boy T. I am your host. I got my boys in the house. Obi-Wan, what's happening?
Oh, y'all know what's happening.
Here we go. Here we go.
Is that LSU?
He's celebrating the old national championship.
He's celebrating. Right.
Smash off that natty, baby. Can you see it? Can you
show
see
you
it?
right? We got you, dog.
Nah, man. Congratulations to the LSU baseball team, man, winning that natty. Number 8.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. And I also want to say congratulations to my wife. Man, she just got promoted, dog, today.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Round of applause for wife. Yeah. That's what's up, man.
More money.
And I told her, I said, man, this house husband shit is coming through.
No, that's all right now, dog.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man.
This boy
doing,
man. Out of space.
Doing.
That's all right. Okay, then, Leo. I mean, we know we almost lost you out there on the bridge a minute ago, but you good, dog? What's happening, man?
Hey, dog, I ain't even feel right, man. I don't know if y'all noticed I put the bridge back up. I ain't used to not having my bridge in the background. I put the bridge back up, dog. And I'm behind the wheel today, dog, so I ain't sipping on nothing but some little, what is it, pure Kroger brand purified water. That's hard to drink.
Ooh, that's stuff good right there, boy. That's good.
Yes, sir. Y'all look out for me. But I'm back, though, after a week off.
That's that expensive water, expensive name brand. You know?
Spicy.
Yes, sir.
I'm bougie, boy. I'm bougie with it.
I see. What's going on out there, man? Out there, I ain't know they were barbecuing at the International Space Center.
Hey,
What's
man,
happening?
right now, man, we out here got this portable grill that we can put out here on the it's levitating, baby. We levitating with it. We doing the grilling at the same time at the International Space Station. So whatever you can do, we can do it better.
Let me mention this right here. Well, you the one that threw that media down here at us yesterday. Somebody threw a media down here at us yesterday, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, that was one of them. Hey, man, I accidentally dropped one of them hot coals off the grill.
Don't drop one of them damn links down here. Don't keep them up there.
My bad. Man, I was out there doing a spacewalk, man. I was out there doing a spacewalk and dropped the wrench.
Don't drop down one of them links. Don't drop them links down here, dog. We don't want none of that shit falling from the sky, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna try to keep him up there next time.
Right on. Ando, what's going on? What's happening?
What's happening, peoples, man? We out here, you know how it is, man. Sun's out.
Buns out.
All the time.
Buns out. Sun's out, buns out. You in California, love.
Yeah, dog, man. Happy to be here, bro. Happy to be here. Let's get this thing started.
Well, all right. Yeah. We're going to jump right to it then, man. I would like to take this time to tell you guys, man, to like and subscribe and follow us on BaldHeaded Reason, man. New episodes every Monday, man. We on YouTube and Spotify, coming at you all the way live every week, man. You know what I'm saying? So tap in. If you want to hit us up on email, man, no problem. BaldHeadReasoner@gmail.com is how you can get us. You dig? All right. We're going to jump into our first segment. It is called The Head Lead. All right. The Head Lead is powered by New Spot Alert ATL. New Spot Alert ATL is your number one spot for culinary goods and services in around Metro ATL. Tap into @New Spot Alert ATL and follow today. Fellas, The Head Lead. The Trump administration grossly exaggerated the success of the attack on Iranian nuclear sites. Should America trust them to keep us safe? And fellas, would you voluntarily return to active duty in times of conflict? Ando, I'm gonna let you kick us off today.
Yes and no. Yes and no. So, did they grossly exaggerate the success of that mission? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah because you know, The information came from the CIA. It came from somebody on the National Intelligence staff. And then all of a sudden, he gets upset, and then, okay, let's get this together because, he can't be embarrassed. And then you come back to the table. Oh, yeah, it was. And we just keep using this word obliterated for some reason. I don't know why he's hung up on that goddamn word, but and then he got all of his cronies using the same word. We're obliterated. Yeah, they were obliterated. So no, I don't trust him. I don't think it's true. They can keep repeating a lie like they consistently lies, and you already see a lot of folks that voted for this administration have already regretted it.
Yeah.
I think I told you I saw Candace Owens denouncing her,
What? Not
Yeah,
Candace?
she went in deep. Go check out that Piers Morgan episode with her from about 5 days ago.
She did.
Okay.
Oh, right. She destroyed her. And O'Reilly and Glenn Beck was on there, and they really couldn't say much because they couldn't dispute anything that she said. So, but no, I don't trust him. Just like she and many others have already come out and say they regret voting for him. That he's a systematic liar, and there's always chaos. So no, I don't trust them. Especially about this incident. And now they're posting today. I see it says U.S., Israel, and Iran all agree that that the sites were destroyed. Right? Of course, Iran's going to agree.
If you say it, they did.
Yeah. Okay. If you say so, right? If you say so, yeah, man, y'all messed it all up. So no, I don't trust him. He don't even know what he's talking about. It would have taken them too long to get away from down there. When the uranium are in helium type canisters, if you can, imagine a big freaking fire hydrant, or I'm sorry, fire extinguisher. They're in canisters that can easily, you can pick them up and walk them out the door, put them in the trunk of your car, and drive down the road with them. But he's telling American people, oh, they wouldn't have had time to get all of that stuff. It ain't a lot of stuff. It'll take them 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll take them 5 minutes, take them outside, put them in the van, and roll out. Exactly. So no, I don't trust them. And would I join the military right now? Oh no, you said get recalled to active duty.
Would you voluntarily return to active duty? Like if they said, hey, First Sergeant Anderson, we need you back. Can you come back and give us 2 years or something like that?
Hell no.
Well, I was wondering what that pause was
for. Under this guy, Hesketh just now, he's changing the, 670-1. I don't know what it's called now. Uniform to where if you got ingrown hair, you can't have a shaving profile now.
Yeah.
Right. They're gonna give you like a year or two. They're going to have a doctor treat it, and now they can actually put you out of the Army.
Right.
Yeah.
So who does that affect mostly?
Yeah.
Right.
So
us.
So hell no.
Yeah.
They asked me if I would come back and help out. Absolutely not.
So it's not a no, but a hell no.
It's a hell no.
All right then. Okay then. Obi-Wan.
Man, just touching up on some of the stuff that Ando said, man. Your boy, he got played. Israel. You know what I'm saying? Played him like a funky piano, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, why would you want to trust somebody like that, he's friends with Putin. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you something right there. You know what I'm saying? You actually sitting there collaborating with doggone Putin on a consistent basis. And I'm talking about you only called him once or twice here and there. Man, you probably having pillow talk with that fool, man. You know, but why would you even trust this cat, man? Look at some of the stuff he done, man. You know, let's look at Signalgate ×2. You know, let's look at, you know, hey, you done pardoned over 1,500 cats, man. That tore up the doggone Capitol.
Felons.
You know what I'm saying? Straight felons. 1,500.
What?
You know, let's look at, you know, your trade war with American allies. You know what I'm saying? People that we trusted, you know, for years and years, and I mean decades. You know, and now you got trade war with these cats. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's throw up old Elon Musk and Doge. You know, so that's only a small part. Okay, you for one, dog, you bringing back segregation, man.
Yeah.
So why is an African American doggone, you know, soldier, you know, why would I want to trust this cat, man? When you bring back segregation, man. Arguing with doggone leaders from other nations, man, in the White House. Publicity stunt, dog. Straight publicity stunt. You know what I'm saying? You trying to embarrass this cat on national TV, man, to show you that you tough. Come on, dog. We already know who you are, man. Old cotton candy head ass, man. You know? Ending, you know what I'm saying, ending DEI. You know what I'm saying? Dude, diversity, man. You know, you and old Pete Hegseth, man, y'all constantly talking about DEI, woke, and all this stuff, man. You know, we talked about this before. But, bro, understand diversity, man. Diversity with qualifications. These people have qualifications that put them ahead of their peers and people that don't look like them. You know what I'm saying? And supposed to have that job. But because they're a different color and they fall under that DEI that you so-called that don't understand, now you taking jobs away from these people and then you firing people. You know, you got rid of all these guys that were protecting our friendly skies. You know what I'm saying? Now so we have all these airplane crashes and stuff of that nature. So trust? Why should we trust this guy, man? Give me a reason why we should trust this guy. You know, mass deportations. Dude, you deporting U.S. citizens, man. Time now. You know, you got ICE agents, doggone, dressed up. People that's not ICE agents, just dressed up as ICE agents, you know, going into people's homes and stuff. You just had somebody from Minnesota get killed, dog. A Congress lady got killed. You know, I mean, but why should we trust this cat, man? Going back to active duty? Hell no, man. Just like Endo said, hell no. hell to the no, dog. Get some of these doggone fake ass MAGA patriots. You know what I'm saying? They had the same opportunity I had to raise that motherfucking right hand. You know what I'm saying? They had the same opportunity. Now they didn't raise the age limit to what, 43? 42, 43? Go ahead and raise your hand, dog. Since you're so patriotic, you love Donald Trump. Go ahead, raise your right hand and go ahead and activate yourself, dog, into the United States military. You know what I'm saying? But me going back to active duty, hell no, man. You know what I'm saying? I do not want to serve under that dude's leadership, man. It'll be a cold day in hell if I do that shit.
So that's like, okay. Left.
Yeah, man. It's it's a no for me too, as far as do I trust the administration. Number one, let's talk about how they went about it. You know, you let Republican members of Congress know what was about to happen. So you're already wrong right there, because now you picking and choosing, which, you know, we ain't none of us surprised about that. But you go to Republicans and you tell them, hey, this is about to go down right here. And you don't go to not one Democrat in Congress and tell them what's happening, even though you're supposed to get approval from Congress. And I know there's been other presidents in the past that have gone and done some things, didn't get total approval from Congress. But the fact that you chose to go to this side and not go to that side, That's dead wrong, man. So why would I trust a president like that? I mean, none of the congressmen, none of the Democratic congressmen, and I would be willing to bet a lot of the doggone Republican congressmen and women don't trust him. They just riding with him because, they lose their position. That's all it is. They don't trust him. I guarantee you they're having these conversations at the crib. They're having these conversations amongst each other, but they're not going to come out and say it in public because, again, him and his MAGA movement, they got control over them guys, man, and they don't want to lose their position. Their position is more important than serving the people of the United States. Forget what they're saying. We all know that they care more about their position, so they're not going to say what needs to be said or not going to do what needs to be done. You got a few that's coming out now saying they're going to oppose this big, beautiful bill. All right, they come out and talking against it. But in the end, I guarantee you some of them ones that's coming out against it, they're going to go ahead and go with it. They're going to go
We've seen it too many times. We've seen it too many times.
Yeah, the death of it. So do I trust, I think we already knew no matter how successful this bombing was, he was going to come back out and say, oh, yeah, we obliterated them. Oh, yeah, we did everything. Everything happened the way it was supposed to, but the fact that he can come out and say that without knowing it, and he had to know that at some point, people going to fact check. It's going to be some independent agencies or whatever that's going to look into this thing and see, did they really get rid of them or not? Well, look at what you do when you say that, we obliterated them. You're giving people a sense of, calmness now. Like, okay, we ain't got to worry about that no more. But when all actuality, this Iran, for all we know, they could be getting ready to launch something right now because this dude's saying it's all gone. And so now we let our guard down. Israel let their guard down. They right there. You know what I'm saying? And then these dudes, they do a lot of damage because everybody thought it was gone. You know what I mean?
That's
and
right.
So, I don't trust nothing they saying, man. I didn't before, and I definitely don't do now. As far as going back in the military, man, I ain't no way. Ain't no way, dog. Not with this regime. Not just because of him, but you look at the leadership, and we talked about this before. The leadership that has been removed, like all that experienced leadership that's been removed, and you got Pete Hegseth and some of these other guys that's out there in charge now. No, I can't do it, man. Everybody know, my son is still in the military, and I'm proud as hell of him for what he's doing now. But I think about every day, man. I hope they don't put him in a position like, they put some of these Marines in L.A. or it was in L.A., getting them out there in front of American citizens. You know, that's dead wrong, man. It's dead wrong. And so to call me back, you be wasting your time, man, because I ain't going. I'm proud of my service, as I'm sure y'all are too. All right. But I ain't starting over. It's somebody else. Ando and Obi-Wan said, man, it's too many of them out there that voted for him. Show him how much you love him. Show him how much you back him. Go to recruiting station. There's one in every city. Show him how much you love him and go on and raise that right hand and go do your thing. So no, I ain't doing that.
I heard that. Watchdog? Watchdog.
He flipping the rib, dog. He flipping the ribs. Give him a minute.
Wait, Watchdog done left. All right, well, I'll go and get my take on it real quick while he getting it together. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't trust him. And I'm telling you right now, well, there you go. Watchdog. You up.
You on mute too, dog.
You on mute. Watchdog.
Hey, my bad. Hey, I had to change location, man. I had to do a spacewalk, and I was on the wrong side of the space station. I lost the signal for a second, so I had to get relocated.
Right on.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back to tell y'all, hey, man, this. Hey, woo. I'm out here, I got a different opinion because I'm still trying to get back home. They got me out here stuck right now. I think I want to let a brother come back to the house so I can understand what's going on in old United States of America. And this debacle that we call of administration. What? I'm gonna tell you right now. I was gonna start on the back end on this topic, but since y'all have so eloquently stated these points about why this administration has totally botched this particular situation, and then elevated it, or I say exaggerated it to the point to where they wanted to say it was so successful, but that's a big word, so I need to change that to say it was a success. We can't use big A words here. We gotta dumb this stuff down. We gotta bring it on down. We can't sit there and use big A words. I'm just tell y'all the truth. Keep it simple, keep it stupid simple. That's what we need to do. In this particular point, no, I don't trust them. No. I don't believe nothing coming out of their mouth. No. Everything that's falling out of their mouth normally comes out your rear end.
Yeah.
It starts with an S. So I don't believe none of that. And some people, they say they so dead bent on believing it, and whatever he say, they believe. So I guess if he tell them to jump off the 4th story of a building, they jumping right with him, and he gonna stand there and watch because he ain't going. But you gonna jump, you go first, and I'm gonna be right behind you. And guess what they gonna do? They gonna jump right on out there. So just like y'all eloquently said, those buds that's supporting that MAGA movement, if that's what you want, go ahead. Come on, let me see you raise your hand. Let me see just how tough and bold you are. Get on out there and do it. Because to be mad at me because I serve, because some of them do it, they mad. Oh, you serve, whatever. Why you need this and why you need, whoa. Let me ask you something. Did you serve? Oh, no. What you had? You may have bone spurs too, huh? You had bone spurs, so I get it. So you don't come with me for that, because I know. I don't believe nothing, because everything that they come out of their mouth is always trying to spin it, trying to confuse the American public about what really done went down and how this went. We all know that this was a debacle from the start, and it shouldn't have been done that way. The fact that you only told one side about what was going to occur is the reason so they can posture themselves to be able to spin it to their base and tell them what you want them to hear. But everybody else, now we got to react and be reactive. But we're going to tell you the truth. Some people don't like that. We're going to tell you the truth. It's not about them or us. We're just telling you the truth because you need to know what's really going on. Would I voluntarily return to active duty in times of conflict? The answer to that question, for all of you all that are younger of the young adult age and not old enough, but you somehow got on the YouTube because you lied about your age, excuse my French, fuck no. I will not join. I will not come back. Ain't no way you can't melt and pull my ass in a uniform and come back and support this bullshit, because this is some crazy shit. I'm so happy that when I go look at my retirement order, his name ain't nowhere near that shit. And sign on it, because even if he had to sign my shit, I'm burning that bitch, because I don't want it. I don't want you to sign my shit. I don't want your name nowhere on it. Please, can somebody, hell, I almost said can Shake sign it. I don't want him to sign shit either. So now I got to figure out who can I get? Who's the damn admin? Can your admin sign my shit? What they look like? Because I don't want none. I wouldn't want none of their signatures on my shit. So to come back, they miss me with that. Matter of fact, I can't even see you. So no, to answer my question, no, and no.
Well, you know, when I was thinking about this, man, I was writing, I was like, I had the same thoughts. I'm like, everybody would say, well, it's the Patriot thing. I had a guy tell me, he said, he was in Chick-fil-A, and he said, man, I like that celebration we had for the military. That was very patriotic. I don't know how you could not like that. That was so American, I looked at him, I said, man, are you nuts? And I was like, so you didn't serve in the military? He said, no. I said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, for people that served in the military, man, that used to have to stand out in those type of formations and all that, even though it sucked, we took pride in that. Yeah. I said, that didn't represent nothing that we do. We don't just walk down the street like that, waving like we're in no damn parade and all this. I'm like, that was nothing military about that. I said, that didn't have no input whatsoever, not in the army that I was in. I said, that when it went down like that. I said, I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell that was, dog. I said, but it looked like crap. It was thrown together. The uniforms looked like crap. And I was like, it's just an embarrassment, man. And I said, and that wasn't a proper representation of the Army, man. It wasn't. I said, because that's not what we do. We don't do stuff like that. We don't do stuff like that, looking like that, man. We just don't do that. And, so as I proceeded to talk to the gentleman, 3 other guys, that didn't serve. I think one of them was in Vietnam or something, Of course, the guys that was all up there the hardest in the morning, the guys that sit up there and they talk the Trump talk and all that, they sit around the table, Meal Team 6, y'all know what I'm talking about, Meal Team 6, sitting around the thing there and they talking all that stuff. And so then they asked me, the reason I asked y'all that question, because they asked me that question. They said, well, if they called you back right now, would you go back? I said, man, I couldn't serve in the Salvation Army right now, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not under this food right here. I said, because that thing is a shit show. There's no structure up there. I said, there's no way I survive in that military. So I get what all y'all saying, man, and I completely agree with you. And as far as the Candace Owens thing going, I applaud her for coming out. I still don't trust her. You know what I'm saying? Because you said there the very thing you speaking out about. You act like this the first time that he did something like this. It took you all these years, you know what I'm saying, to come back and correct that, because she started off as a civil rights activist. A lot of people don't know her history. When she was up there in Harvard or whatever, she used to be an activist, man. You know what I'm saying? Of the Democratic Party and all this other stuff. You know, that don't have anything to do with it, but she was an activist, you know. And to see her behave in the way she did, it really, I was just like, wow, man. I'll tell you, clout is a powerful thing, though, man. You know, it's a powerful thing, man. But anyway, all right, enough about that, man. And so we know right for sure, ain't none of us going back, dog. So Ice or whoever it is y'all think y'all gonna come and go, what y'all gonna do, deport us? We ain't going on there, bro.
Hey, let me just add one more thing, Tim.
Yeah.
You know, the guy back in office for a few months, and all of a sudden he's touting, we now have the strongest military and the best military in the world under my leadership. Military has never been stronger. I'm sorry, did all the people get out of the Army and you got all new soldiers? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out.
Where you get these fools from, man?
It's the same dudes. It's the same dudes.
It's the same guys, man.
Same dudes from 4 months ago. Also, you know, you said the military was weak and sorry and all this type of stuff. But then, you know, you put your drill sergeant hat on and now everything just poof.
Hey, well, you know what it was? He gave everybody some of that spinach that Popeye used to eat, dog. It made everybody. I'm good, you know.
Okay, I just thought that.
Get your ass out of here with that shit, man.
And people just listen to that.
All right, well, check it out, man. We're going to jump right into our next segment, man. It is called This or That, This or That, This or That, This or That. Check it out, man. We want to know from you guys on this panel. It's going to be a great discussion right here. Man, who's the biggest NBA bust out there? Watchdog, man, was it Greg Oden or was it Ben Simmons, man?
Well, you know, I'm going to go here and tell you right now, in my opinion, since Ben can come back and still play, it had to be Greg Oden. Because Greg Oden, injury prone, can't come back and prove himself and try to redeem himself and prove that, hey, I wasn't a bust. I wasn't that type of player. I was what I was in college, and I can prove it now. But unfortunately, injuries stopped him from being able to do that and disprove what people have seen and what his NBA career showed. But Ben Simmons, you know, he's got an opportunity to do it, but he need to check his attitude. And then hopefully he can get out of that category of being the biggest bust in NBA history. Because you don't want your name associated to that. Because when you sit there and talk about you finna start up a basketball league, oh, I'm sorry, that was Ice Cube, go to the Big Three or something like that, you ain't gonna be able to do that because they gonna look up, hey, man, when you the biggest bust in NBA history, now we good. we can't help you. So I'm going with, you know who I'm going with? It's gonna be Greg Oden. Unfortunately, Greg, I'm sorry. It was because you got injured. But Ben, you got opportunity now. Take the opportunity. I know I didn't play in the NBA, didn't play college ball. But what I'm telling you is, go look in the mirror and ask yourself, do people associate you with a problem, with an attitude problem, and you think you better than you are? Fix it, and then you may be able to disprove some folk down the road and get at least not be number. You might not be number 2 on the list. You may drop down to number 10. So help yourself.
Ben Simmons? Oh, yeah, Greg Oden. I'm sorry. Okay, Lev, who's the biggest buzz, Lev? Greg Oden or Ben Simmons?
It's an easy answer, man. It's Greg Oden, because some of the same reasons that Watchdog just said, man. Ben, he still got some time. Obi-Wan boy still got some time, man. He still got time to fix that. and really, I can think of some more busts out there that's a little bigger than Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Greg Oden, I mean, you think about the hype that dude had, you know, coming out of college or coming out, you know, when he was coming into the league. Y'all, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Coming into the league, man, that dude was like the next big thing. And I can't think of nothing that he's done. Nothing. You think about him, man. Him and Embiid, they kind of started their careers off the same way.
Yeah.
And Embiid kind of got things turned around, man, when he became dominant. But Greg Oden, nothing. I can't think of no big game he ever played in, no big moment he ever had, no nothing. Ben Simmons has had some moments. you know, and he still can. And he's got game, man. The guy just, you know, he lost his confidence and has some things not go his way, and some injuries and all of that whatnot. And then, you know, might have lost his focus a little bit. But, you know, the guy, he's still bouncing around the league and still got, you know, the opportunity to do some things. So for me, Greg Oden, because you pay somebody that much money, and if we just think right now, I don't know, I'm the only one or not, but I can't think of nothing that he's done where I would say, okay, it looks like he might be turning things around. You know, the guy just been a complete bust. So to me, you know, he's the biggest bust of all time.
Okay. All right. Ando, which one is it, man? Greg Oden, Ben Simmons?
Tell you, man, it might be closer than what you think, man. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay?
Because you know, it took a lot to do what Greg Oden did, man. I mean, you guys don't realize this man was 47 years old when he was at Ohio State, man. You know how hard it is to run up and down the court with them young kids, man? He was like 49 and a half, man, when he got in the league. Hell, no wonder his knees wasn't holding up.
What'd you say? He was Dwayne Dedman brother? You know what I'm saying? He worked at Dedman Body Shop.
Yeah, man.
He did look it.
Dude, man, he had ingrown hairs on his face, man, that was like older than me, you know, when he was playing at Ohio State. I mean, they was fully mature, bro. His ingrown hairs. Look here, man. That's a feat in and of itself.
Oh, man.
The biggest bust is him, though, man. I mean, I appreciate what he did, man, and his body just didn't hold up. But you know, Ben Simmons, you know, at least hey, still playing basketball. Like Leia said, his confidence is just shot, and I think his back is probably worse than what he's saying it is, and that's why he can't stay on court. But you know, he has more talent than you know, than Grandpa Odom, bro. Grandpa Odom is the biggest brother.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go to our resident referee right here. Greg Oden or Ben Simmons, Obi-Wan?
Man, I want y'all to take when y'all get a chance, I want y'all to pull up a picture of Robert Parrish and Greg Oden and tell me if them fools don't look alike.
Oh, yes, they do. I just looked at a picture of Greg Oden. Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? This cat, man, I think it was fracture in his right knee. He had surgery on that one. And I think it was in 2009, man. He had his patella with a kneecap, whatever. He had to have surgery on, man. So this cat, man, he played a total of 105 games. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he had rough time, dog. But I'm gonna put this on y'all head, man. You know, I love us some Shaquille O'Neal, man. That's Can You Dig It? You know what I'm saying? Shaquille O'Neal said Ben Simmons needs to be arrested, dog. He needs to be arrested. Man, when I talk about malingering,
I'm on them contracts.
Yeah.
I'm
hey, when we used to get on soldiers, man, about malingering and shit, man, that motherfucker is the biggest malingerer doggone that is, dog. And, you know what I'm saying? You got back problems. No, motherfucker, you can't shoot no jump shot. That's what your problem is. You can't shoot. Yeah.
I can't do it. I got a profile. What the fuck is that?
Bro, I seen this cat play twice, man. Once at LSU.
Hey, man, I got a P2. I can come back off of that.
Once at LSU, and then I had to go to work, man. We had to visit Philly, man. And just so happened, man, the Nets and doggone Philly were playing each other that night, man. And, you know, Ben Simmons was fresh out of the 70s Philly. So he was on the Nets. Bro, I ain't never hear so many doggone F-bombs drop that night in Philly, bro. Man, every time that cat got on the court, man, them motherfuckers was cussing him the fuck out. Bro, they hated that dude, man. Philly hated him.
Yeah.
Bro, if that dude walked outside with no security, he wouldn't be here today. They would have
all time to be messed up in, dog.
Bro, yes. Philly.
That's the
Philly is
wrong
crazy,
time to
man.
underachieve. If you're gonna be an athlete, you can't underachieve there. Not there.
Not, and you know, man, you know, I never did like that dude game, man. I'm like, bro, how you can't develop a mid-range jumper, man. I mean, even if it's around the elbow, you know what I'm saying, bro, at least perfect that. You can't even do that. But you know what I'm saying, I think it's unfortunate that Greg Oden, you know what I'm saying, like Ando said, that motherfucker was old. That motherfucker look old as hell, dog. That dude look, man.
Hey, well, I don't know why when I didn't look at them 2 pictures in the walking. I'd have pappy.
that was his pappy, dog. Hell yeah, but you know what I'm saying, yeah, Greg Oden had to be the biggest bust, dog.
Okay. Well, I'm about to make all y'all mad because all y'all wrong, like Stephen A. said. all y'all
man, hey,
wrong as rain. I'm gonna tell you why.
You can't use Stephen A. His forehead so far. I mean, his hairline so far back there. Man, it's railroad track. He don't know what he's talking about. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll get lined up.
You got bit all the way over like that, dog. You know, get lined up. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all why, man. Check this out. It's Ben Simmons, dog. Out of these two right here, it's Ben Simmons, and I'm gonna tell you why. Greg Oden, unfortunately, you know, he didn't have the opportunity to go out and underachieve like that because of injuries. Okay. Now he wasn't available because of his injuries. So we didn't see him go out there and stink it up like this. Ben Simmons, though, let me tell you about him, though. At every turn, he keeps getting opportunities to go out there and play. Okay. Now, it ain't year 2 and it ain't year 3. This dude been in the league now about 7 to 8 years, man. Okay. So we can't even use that as an excuse no more. The thing about it, you have the opportunity to go out there and show why you there. You was a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? You way up overhyped. And like you just said, Overone, you still ain't got no damn jump shot. You 6'10" with all kind of ball skills and got game and all that. But ain't nobody scared of no Ben Simmons right now. You know, 5 years ago. Go ahead, Ando. What you got? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you jump in.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I just gotta say, man, you know, I understand your point, but if they had NIL back when Greg Oden played, he would have retired when he graduated. He was already damn near senior citizen. That's all I'm saying. So he had the opportunity, and he took advantage of it. Like, if they had NIL back then, bro, he would just retire right after graduation, bro.
Well, you helped me prove my point. He 100 years old. Ben Simmons was 19. You know what I'm saying? So that you helped me prove my point. So I'm saying that, and Ben Simmons right now is still in the league right now. And it's as good as you were supposed to be at this junction. Even if you had, let's say you even had a knee injury, like a John Wall or something like that, okay, or injury like that, you still will be able to come in and compete and play. Right now, I mean, he seemed like he healthy. You know, he could have some problems here and there, but he's still not. What's up, dog? I'm right in the middle of a thing. What's up, dog?
He good at contract negotiation.
It's been Simmons, dog. All right, okay. All right, we're gonna go to the next one, dog. All right. Hopefully we'll get through this one. All right. So who's the biggest NFL bust? Is it Ryan Leaf or Jamarcus Russell? I'll go ahead and let you go that watch, dog.
My bad, sir. Since I interrupted, I'm gonna go ahead and be real quick. I'm gonna just say, JR, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey, he got fired just like Donald Trump. Oh, I mean, DT need to be fired. I'm sorry. On his show. He fired both of themselves on his own show. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? No, Jamarcus, you are not smarter than a fifth grader because you came out there and just did some stupidness. You went to the Raiders. You were the #1 draft pick for the Raiders. You supposed to have been the man. Boy, you went out there and said, you know what? You know what's better than playing football and getting millions of dollars and being a multi-millionaire? Drugs. Blowing my career. I don't do this. #1 draft pick? What that mean? I'm coming. Boy, I can elevate everybody. But you know what? I'm going to elevate my senses. These shrooms is popping. I don't care about doing nothing. I'm not coming to practice. What? Practice? I ain't got nothing to say. JR.
Okay. All right, Lev.
Man, you know what? I was going up until a few minutes ago. I was gonna say JR too. I was gonna say it was Jamarcus Russell because he got a huge contract. That dude, his contract, his bonus, his signing bonus, or his guaranteed money was the same amount as Ryan Leaf's full contract. You know, that's a lot of money to Raiders spend on that guy. So I was gonna say him because of that. But the more and more I started reading, I said, you know what? I didn't realize that Ryan Leaf, they moved up one spot to get him. And when they moved up to get him, this is what they gave up. 2 first-round picks, 1 second-round pick. You gave up Patrick Sapp, who was a pretty good linebacker, and it was somebody else. I can't remember who it was that became a Pro Bowler. Metcalf, not Metcalf. I forget who it was, man. But they gave up a lot to get that guy. And so to me, although you gave up more money to Jamarcus Russell, you know, I think when you start looking at the picks and the players that they gave up, you can set a whole bunch of years. You can set a franchise back some years when you start giving up first-round picks. And you gave up 2 of them, and a second-round pick, and a starting linebacker, and a 3-time Pro Bowler, all for to move up one position to draft him. So to me, I say Ryan Leaf, man, because if you do all of that, your franchise you're not gonna recover for that for a while. So to me, that's the biggest bust.
Okay. All right, Ando.
I'm just gonna say, bro. Watchdog said, my man Jamarcus, was doing drugs. So, I gotta play devil's advocate here because Ryan Leaf was doing some drugs too. And he was breaking his family members and neighbors' medicine cabinets.
Right.
Taking their drugs. At least Jamarcus was just, going out there and just paying somebody. You know what I'm saying? So he knocking out people he know and taking their stuff. All right, but he's recovered now. Shout out to Ryan, man. Good job. Biggest bust? Man, I'm telling you right now. I ain't never seen Ryan Leaf throw the ball from one knee from the 20-yard line to the other end zone.
Me neither.
I seen Jamarcus Russell do that. That's what got him all that money. But I think the bigger bust is Ryan though, bro, because it was a lot given up to get him.
Whole lot.
I mean, both of them, crashed and burned at a similar pace, but that's why these owners, these billionaires, scouts of these teams, they don't know what the heck they're doing. You see a guy dominant in college, but why is he dominant in college? Just because he has this cannon. He out there bigger than everybody, and you got a star wide receiver and a good running back, and you bigger than everybody. Tim Tebow, by the way. Mm-hmm. Right? So how do you not know that these dudes can't, they find out before they finish OTA, before they in spring training, before the first game, they already know this dude can't play.
Yeah.
Just imagine what that feels like. I mean, both of them. Neither one of them could play. But I think the biggest bust, just like Lev said, because of what was given up, and I think there was a huge expectations on both. But that's a good one, man, because they're equally. You're not wrong with either answer. But I'm gonna go with Ryan just because he can throw the football to the end zone on his knee.
Okay. All right. Maybe if he'd had one of them lakes that Watchdog made for him, dog, he probably.
Hey.
Slippery links.
I'm just talking shit, man. My man, dog. I'm just talking. All right, overall, who was it, man?
I mean, both of them had, like Ando said, man, they both had substance abuse problems. Your boy Ryan Leaf, man, he was on them painkillers. So, what I'm saying, he was trying to, take away the pain of him being a bust, I guess. your boy Jamarcus Russell, man, he had that weight problem, man, and the funny thing about it, man, those guys, the actual front office set that dude up, man. They gave him blank tapes, you know what I'm saying, and told him to go and review these tapes, man. It's basically, you know what I'm saying, just to see what his football IQ was and stuff of that nature. And that dude took them tapes. And he didn't watch them, but come back later and say, hey, man, what you think about the tape? And he was doggone giving himself up, man. Just take, hey, I think this and this and this and this. And nothing on the tapes, dog. Nothing.
Got it.
What?
Straight blank tape. So they knew right then and there he wasn't passionate about his craft, man. They knew, you know what I'm saying, he got that first draft pick money, and he wasn't trying to get no better, man. And that's the sad part, man. The guy in college, man, I hate to say, he went to LSU. You know what I'm saying? And Ben Simmons and doggone Jamarcus Russell. I think he's a tackle on LSU.
You know what? Damn. You know what, dog? I didn't even think about that.
Hey, we seen that pattern.
My bad, dog. Look, I didn't even think about that now until you just said. I'm like, wait a minute. Both of them did go to LSU. Damn, my bad, dog. I was trying to shoot at him, dog. I wasn't trying to shoot at him.
It's all good, man. I know you know. I know. But the dude had potential, man. He coming out of college, man. He had a great run with LSU, man, and coming out, man, they had a lot of expectations for this young man, and he failed, But like Lev said, man, Lev made up some good points, man, with the stuff that was given up to get Ryan Leaf. You know what I'm saying? He was actually drafted right after Peyton Manning.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He was a number 2 pick. So with Jamarcus Russell, we already knew, you know what I'm saying? He had the potential, even though he wasn't looking at film, he wasn't studying and stuff like that. He still had potential to be great. But Ryan Leaf, man, he was a straight bust out the doggone door, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with Ryan Leaf, man, as my biggest bust, dog, on that one.
Oh, Ryan Leaf too, man, because like you guys said, Jamarcus Russell had talent. It wasn't. He just screwed it up by.
Yeah, he had talent. I ain't never said that.
No, you right. You was right. Though he had talent, but and you make a good point. Like he just didn't take care of his weight, and he didn't take his the playbook serious. And
hey, man, out there in Vegas, man, they feed you. So he was hungry.
Yeah. And then too, what was difficult for him too, though, and it's all, we always talk about stuff and people say, oh, y'all make everything about race, y'all make it all about this. But let's just look at it like this, though. Now that guy, you gave him all this money. He went from a college student, man. He came from where he came from, and all of a sudden he's a multi-millionaire. I mean, the situation is a lot different. He's very young. You give him all that money like that. I mean, that's not exactly the recipe for success, especially without nobody being in his ear and teaching him, So, yeah, so I go with that. That's all good. But check it out, man. Again, we would like to encourage you guys to follow us on YouTube and Spotify. You know what I'm saying? We out there. New episodes available every Monday, man. BaldHead Reason coming at you all the way live, man. Like, subscribe. Tell a friend, man. Let's get to it, man. Drop no comments at baldheadreason@gmail.com. Once again, baldheadreason@gmail.com. All right, fellas. Our next segment's called In Their Prime. This is the college edition. Ooh. This is going to be a good one right here, boy. This is going to be our bond bonner. All right, Ando, are you ready for this, man? College edition. Who was the most electric player in their college career? Was it Reggie?
Man, I need you to read that like you reading the WWE and The Rock is coming out and somebody's coming out of Stone Cold or something. I need you to reread that question. I need you to hype the masses up. Tell them.
All right. Well, okay, I got you there. All right.
I need you to come with it. I'm with
Oh,
it.
here I am again. All right. In their prime college edition, who was the most electric player in college football during their college football career? Was it the man they called the Reggie? Good. Go on to say Barkley. And who was it, man?
Reggie Bush. Talking about college, you dragging all that out, man. Look at it, dog. Look at it, dog. You said college.
I said college.
Man, look at it, man. That Reggie Bush was Superman in freaking in pass in college, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I still think about a lot of those runs where he was reverse field. They had it all blocked, and he reverse field and went down, cut back around, went down the middle of the field and juking jokers left and right, and accelerating like you didn't see running backs accelerate, man, in a long time. He was like the best running back I've seen in college since Herschel. I mean, he was something special. Now in the pros, of course, I'm gonna go with Saquon. I mean, he jumping over motherfuckers backwards. I don't know how they ain't never seen that before.
Yeah, that was sick, dog. That was sick. That was sick. That was sick, man. Dang. Yeah. But so in college though,
college
going with Reggie Bush. We talking about college. We talking about college.
And give him his trophy back.
Oh, he got it back.
Yeah,
he got it back. Didn't he get it back?
Yeah, he got it.
He did.
Y'all about to say it's about 10. Yeah, he had to give him his due, man. All right, Leah, Reggie Bush, Saquon.
Yeah, I gotta go with Reggie Bush too, man. We talking about in their prime. I think Saquon is in his prime right now, so he's still building. But if we talking about in their prime,
college though, in their prime, college.
Okay, in college, in college, it's easy. I'm be honest with you, but I don't even remember seeing a whole bunch of Saquon's highlights in college. I saw some now, and I'm watching college football every week, so I saw some. But Reggie Bush, you couldn't turn on college football when he was in college, man, without seeing them highlights. And that's with him on the West Coast still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of West Coast highlights. But everybody on the East Coast knew who Reggie Bush was, or is. We knew what that dude was doing in college. And it wasn't just because of what they call it, the Bush push. It wasn't that. That dude, his highlights was off the chain, man. And we're not even gonna get into his high school highlight tape. That's a whole nother story. But his college highlights, that he looked like a grown NFL seasoned veteran playing against some high school kids. We all was marveling over that dude's highlights. So if we just talking about straight college, yeah, it's Reggie Bush. Now we talking about complete, career. Yeah, we can go and bring Saquon into the conversation. But college, yeah, it's Reggie Bush all day.
Yep, it's just strictly college edition because Saquon, in all fairness, is still playing. You know what I'm saying? So he got a lot of years ahead of him, and we can't make that assessment yet. Okay, Watchdog.
Yes, sir. I'm going with Reggie Bush as well. Us, I had to take a census poll because the guys behind me was tapping me on my shoulder saying, hey, so can we at least get in? No, you can't get in on the Kim because you don't fit the bill. So I'm going to go ahead and answer for y'all what you got. And they all came back and said, guess what? Reggie Bush, because Reggie Bush was the man. They said Reggie Bush did his thing in college. He was something else. He was super califragilistic, spectacular. You know what I'm saying?
Why you hit me with the big word then?
Well, yeah, hit me with one. No boy. Hey, now the other person in the first segment, they don't know what that big word is, so we got to keep it simple. He was outstanding.
Okay, copy that. He was outstanding. That's right. Girl, you know me out. Yes, sir. All right, check it out. Obi-Wan, who is it, man? Is it Reggie Bush or Saquon Barkley? College edition.
Man, both of them was great catching the ball out the backfield. Saquon was more of a power runner than anything, man. And, he had his speed. But over Reggie, man, only one word come up when Reggie, man, can touch the ball. Skates.
Yep.
Somebody's getting put on skates, dog.
Yeah.
And that boy,
he did that in the NFL too, though, because he'll shake you out your shoes. Yeah.
Man, that boy was just crazy. Was straight elusiveness, man. And you know what I'm saying? Just, bro, the Pac-12 itself, man, they were more finesse than anything. You know, when you look at the SEC, you look at power, speed, and everything else. Pac-12 was more finesse, so they were more smaller backs. You know what I'm saying? And just like Ando said, man, when that dude changed directions and go to the other side of the field, bro, the dude was just crazy, man. And you know, to see what they did to him, you know what I'm saying, on top of that, you know, taking his Heisman away and stuff of that nature because of the quote unquote paying players and stuff of that nature. Straight stupid, you know. But you know, Reggie Bush, man, his elusiveness, man, and his speed, you know, able to, you know, shake tacklers and stuff of that nature, man, was just, I mean, he was on the highlight reels every day, just like Lev said, man. Every Saturday, man, and you turn on ESPN, and you go see something with Reggie Bush, man. Him and old Matt Leinart, whatever his name was, and
Matt Leinart.
And what was the other? It was another back that USC had, man, that went on to play.
Lindell, I forgot his last name.
Yeah,
Carter, I think that's the name, or something like that.
Hey, them boys were the truth, man. Matter of fact, they shared a national title with my LSU Tigers.
Yeah. Okay. So you going with Reggie?
Reggie, man, Reggie all the way.
Okay, I'm going with Reggie too, man, because I'm gonna tell you something. He remind me of this guy, man, that used to play at Florida State, man, that'll just shake your boots out. A guy by the name of Peter Warrick, man. That's who Reggie remind me of. I don't know if y'all remember him, but I'm telling you, if you threw him the football on a quick pop, dog, you couldn't tackle this dude. He'll shake your whole team. You could not tackle. This guy had insane footwork, man. He was quick as a cat. He'd come off the line, but if you tried to tackle him, he would just juke you out of your shoes, man. I mean, just quick.
Cut on a dime.
Cut on a dime, man. I mean, he was just super. And Reggie was like that, man. Out of the backfield, you know, handed off to him. He was like that. And he continued that in the NFL too, man, you know. And Saquon got a lot of those attributes, but not to that effect because he's a little bigger, more of a power back. But Saquon can do that thing now, you know, at the big boy league. You know, he doing his thing, man. He probably, I would say he probably top 2 or 3 backs in the league. He probably one in the top 3 for sure, you know. But yeah, bad man. All right, so I think all of us unanimous in Reggie Bush in that. Reggie was his college career, man, was insane, man.
Hey, I don't mean to tout nobody, but New Orleans, I think y'all got a hidden gem coming, and that's wearing number 28 in the form of Chris Tyree. That young man fast, brother. When I tell you that young man fast, that young man fast. He had you looking, trying to figure out which way he going.
Running back.
Oh, hey, he undrafted. He's in New Orleans. Chris Tyree.
Yeah. Okay.
Go out there and look at them highlights of Chris Tyree, and then you'll come back. You'll say something. You'll tell me what you'll see what I'm talking about.
Man, check him out.
You put him on my little mission board right here, man. Check him out.
Yeah, go ahead and check him out and look at some of the highlights. Boy, hey, even when he was playing flag football, boy, it was embarrassing.
We're gonna check him out. All right, we're gonna jump to our last segment, man. It is called Off the Dizzle, man. Fellas, who or what are you putting on blast this weekend? Watch now. We're gonna stay right there, man. Go ahead and take us up out of here.
Hold on. Let me shut my shotgun blaster down for a second.
Okay.
Boy, that mother just looked at me like, boy, I'm in trouble in a minute. But yeah, they're trying to clean her dick. And I was like, stop.
Don't be cleaning no decks on air right here. Don't be doing that.
That mother looked at me when I stopped her, just then looked over her shoulder. I'm in trouble later. Hey, it wasn't my fault. Hey, but who I'm putting, man, I got a couple. First, and I'm going to go quick with it. First off, if you're going to work in security or as a police on a particular installation, I ain't going to say the installation, but I need you to understand that if an individual is driving a dealer vehicle and the tag say dealer on the back, it's not required to have a front tag. I just need you to know your job. And don't keep stopping me and tell me it's no front tag on the vehicle. And I keep telling you the same question every day. It's a dealer vehicle. And you looking at me like I'm stupid. But you are stupid because you don't know what you're doing. I need you to understand the job. if it's a dealer vehicle, and then you come back, oh, it's a dealer vehicle. I did see that in the back. Then why you ask me what a front tag is? It's not my freaking vehicle, you idiot. But anyway, and the other thing I decided to put on blast, that dealer stuff done threw me off. But I had another one I wanted to put on blast. I ain't gonna talk about the Supreme Court decision, but I'm gonna leave that one alone because that's too in depth. But there was another one that I wanted to put on blast, and I just can't think of what it was right now. But oh, hold up, that's it. The massage therapist thing. Did anybody catch what happened to Justin Tucker?
He did.
He got released. You know, we already know he got released from the Baltimore Ravens. I'm sorry, Tuck, but it had to happen. If it happened to Deshaun, it should happen to you. But it's not in the news. Or am I wrong?
It was on the news yesterday.
It's barely in there though.
Thank you, Lev. That's what I was about to say.
It was on ABC News last night with David Muir. I checked it out.
Barely.
Yeah.
But Deshaun, boy, he was on every prime news outlet talking about his.
Well, they ain't gonna talk about it.
I ain't gonna say why.
They get off of it.
I ain't gonna say why.
I know why. We know why.
We all know why.
We know. We know. Okay.
I say pigment, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Next.
Okay, gotcha. All right, open one.
Man, I want to put on blast the Coastal Carolina fans. Bro, stop it with trying to defend your doggone coach being an ass. You know
dog.
And getting his ass tossed, dog. Let me tell you, man. You know, my pops, man. My pops did umpire for 40 years, man. And you know, I always consult with him, man, about certain things that happen, because I'm looking at the game and I'm like, bro, it's the first inning and you're complaining about balls and strikes, and you know that by rule you ain't supposed to argue balls and strikes with the umpire. Bottom line, that's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's, you know, you do clinics at the beginning of the year. They tell you the points of emphasis. They explain to you, hey, this is not going to happen. And this has been years. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that just happened overnight. You know, going to Coastal Carolina, man, their coach has been an assistant coach for 24 years. Now you're a head coach. You had a great year, man. You won 55 games. You know what I'm saying? Why are you going to show your ass on a national stage? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying that because I'm an LSU fan. I'm just saying that because I'm a doggone fan of the sport, and I'm also, you know, I'm a referee. But dude, you cannot argue balls and strikes. The day before that game, in the 5th inning, LSU had a player get hit by a pitch. Leadoff batter. You know what I'm saying? You got your leadoff batter getting on base. And now, you know, they go into the review and they saying, hey, doggone, you know, that, you know, the ball was actually in the batter's box, you know what I'm saying, when the pitch was thrown, and the kid flinched. But I guess he flinched the wrong way. And they call, instead of him taking his base, they call him out. You know? And, you know, I asked my dad about that question. He's like, man, that was the worst call in the world, man. He's like, you got a pitch that's going into the batter's box. What else are you going to do? You're going to flinch. You know what I'm saying? But the way he flinched, they said he, instead of flinching up, he flinched down. And now it looks like he's going into the pitch, but the ball is in a batter's box. It's not across the plate. It's in the batter's box. So, you know, but the thing is, between Jay Johnson and Kevin Schnall, okay, you got to look at Jay Johnson asked the umpire at that point in time, say, hey, can I ask you a question? Umpire said no. It was reviewed. You can't ask me a question. So he left it alone. You know, that could have been a situation where Jay Johnson would have came off the hinges. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. That's a different classification of those two types of coaches. You know, with the way old boy showed his ass, he was actually, when he was told twice, that was your warning. You know what I'm saying? That the umpire told him that was your warning. And he told him, you missed 3 pitches. Bro, now you're showing the umpire up. So, yeah, I'm going to toss your ass because now you're showing me up. And then on top of that, he comes out the dugout and he's charging that doggone coach. The other umpire jumped in the way.
Oh, come on, dog. Come on now.
Hey, Lev, look at the video, man. He's walking toward that doggone umpire.
And what he do?
The video don't lie. The other umpire fell down, but all he
fell on his own.
But what he's trying to do, that umpire is trying to get in between both of them because he's actually charging that umpire. You see what I'm saying?
He didn't charge, man. He was just walking calmly towards him.
No, he wasn't calm. He was not calm. He was upright, pissed off. And he was.
But he ain't pick up no speed. He ain't pick up no speed going towards him. He just was walking towards him. That ain't charging.
But Lev, he was walking toward that umpire.
That's different than charging.
But the thing is, you walking toward him, you're backing that umpire up. So as an umpire, what are you supposed to do? You see what I'm saying?
But if you run up there and you trying to get between the manager and the coach, the manager and the umpire, and you fall down, you can't. The dude fell down, and what he do when he got up? What he do when he got up? He got up automatic, holding up 2 fingers, talking about 2-game suspension.
Because they kept arguing about balls and strikes. That's why. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, Coastal Carolina is throwing everything on. Oh, our coach got ejected. That's why LSU won. Man, that's bullshit.
No,
dog.
That ain't why they won. Yeah, that ain't why they won.
Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that pissed me off, man. It's like, bro, you got a coach that got tossed in the first inning, man. Like, I didn't even at that point in time though, Lev, I didn't understand why he was arguing balls and strikes, man. That was the first inning. I can see if the fifth or sixth inning, you know what I'm saying, and that this guy, because he was calling iffy on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So LSU,
I just say if this the first inning and the manager's coming out and already saying you got, it's your third missed call. At some point, you the manager of that team, you can't just stay in the dugout and just say, okay, yeah, that's 1 wrong. All right, that's 2 wrong. I know we ain't supposed to argue this. All right, that's 3 wrong. At some point, if you the manager, you getting paid to come out there and defend your team to give your team a shot. He got to at some point say something. Otherwise, it ain't gonna change.
I'm gonna put this in your ear. At first, he gave your first base coach a warning. So I'm gonna tell you like this: if I'm the head coach, I'm not letting my doggone assistant coach, show me up. Because you know what I'm saying, that right there is saying, hey, look here, you done already put us on the spot. The umpire that gave us a warning. Why are you arguing this? You know what I'm saying? Let me do that. As a head coach, let me do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you do your job on first base and you do your job on third base. Let me do that as the head coach. The thing is,
well, that's what he was trying to do. That's what he was trying to do.
But then he got a warning though. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta know your doggone lay of the land. You gotta know your footprint, man. With this umpire, if this umpire already has a history of actually tossing coaches, you gotta know that.
There we go.
You gotta know that. But you gotta know that.
Well, in the interest of time, we'll debate it off the air, man. You know what I'm saying? In the interest of time, we'll debate it off the air. I got you. So you put them on blast. I got you.
I gotta put them fans on blast, man, because I've been going back and forth, man, looking at it. It's like, bro, you got a team that won 26 games in a row. I got it. They had a great season. They won the Sun Belt Conference. But you got a team that was in the SEC that was playing. SEC had 10 teams in the top 25. Every night, just about, they were playing somebody in the top 25. So you got this team, Coastal Carolina, that won 26 games in a row, but there was only one other team in the Sun Belt Conference that was ranked. And that was Southern Miss.
Okay.
So, they hyped them up, and they ran into, them Bayou Bengals, man.
Okay. All right.
Bayou Bengals put them in their place, baby.
We got you. All right. What, Lev? Go ahead, Lev. We're gonna let Ando wrap us up.
Hey, I'm gonna change my put on blast. I'm put Obi-Wan on blast. Gonna keep it going. Not gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. No, we talked briefly about it before, man. I'm putting my New York Knicks on blast, and I just can't get past what they're doing right now, man. They have a successful season like we had, and then to be turning things away, the way things turning right down to where you can't come up with a coach for next year. We just had the draft, and to not have your coach in place to be able to have some input on who we're gonna draft, that's just bad business, man. That's real bad business. And so you can't go and fire a coach if you don't have a plan for who the next coach is gonna be. And I know they may have had a plan where they thought they'll be able to interview some of these coaches, Jason Kidd and Eric Spoelstra and some of these other guys that they thought they were going to be able to go and get. But if you don't have that solid, like if you don't have that locked in where you're going to be able to talk to them, you can't go and fire the guy. You got to go and get that locked in first before you go and fire that guy. Somebody that's that successful. Because now you in the weeds now trying to find just anybody, no experience and all this other type of crap, to take over a team that's right on the edge of playing for a championship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting them on blast, man, because I thought the Knicks were past all these bad decisions they've been making in the past. Some of the draft picks they gave up, some of the older players they traded for and all this other stuff. But it seemed like every couple of years, man, we take a step back. And this is one of them times. We still got all the talent in the world, so I ain't panicking yet. But I'm putting them on blast because that's just bad business, man. You got to have a coach in place. You can't let that guy go without having a good coach or somebody else lined up. So I'm gonna tell you right now.
Well, whoever they hire, if he can't come in there and at least, man, make a good run and get in the playoffs and all that, man. Everybody except the guy signed the check's gonna get fired, dog.
Yeah, they got to.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to because that was just piss poor. Okay, Ando.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So this week I'm putting on blast who's ever advising Ace Bailey. Did he not just see what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Yep.
How you gonna go and you don't go work out for teams and then you tell 5 teams not to even draft you. You ain't going there.
Crazy.
I mean, but kudos to Danny Ainge. You drafted him anyway. He's like, we're gonna pay you, and you're gonna play basketball out here.
Right.
So, but whomever was advising this kid, especially right on the heels of what we just saw happen to Shedeur when he tried to dictate where he was going, and not taking some of the interviews seriously to teams that he didn't think he wanted to play for that already had a starting quarterback. So you saw how that played out, costing millions of dollars. And then you turn around and try to do the same thing. I mean, he's fortunate that somebody took a chance on him because and he might be the best player in this draft, but he just don't have the right people advising him. So that's what I'm putting on blast. Whomever is advising my man Ace Bailey, bro, you should fire them immediately.
And get out his ear.
Yeah, and give me a call. I'm working on it.
No, that's right. But collectively, we'll get that kid together.
All right.
All right. That's great. Good intake, guys. Hey, my off the door will be real quick, man. I'm putting on blast this company called AAA Parking something. I parked at this place called Chattahoochee Works. Okay. It's here in Atlanta, man. It's a food hall. And I parked at the place, right? It's got handicap parking out there. In the state of Georgia, if you're a disabled veteran, you can park in handicap parking anywhere in the state, man. You don't need a permit. They can't charge you anything. That's a state law. It's been there for, 80 years, as far as I know. You know what I'm saying? It's been that way forever. So I parked in the handicap spot, and I parked there, and I come out, and I have a $30 ticket on my car, right? So I called the number on the thing the other day, and I said, hey, man, I got a ticket on my car, man. You know what I'm saying? I parked in the handicap spot. I'm a disabled veteran. Oh, well, because you parked in the handicap spot. I said, yeah, I just said that. I parked in the handicap spot because I got handicap plates. And he said, oh, well, Chattahoochee Pool versus private property. Y'all hear them crickets? That's what I said too. I was like, so you put a state, so the state, because you have to get these from the state now. So this state parking sign handicap with that little US number on there and all that, you have to register those. You have to request those from the state to put that on your private property. I said, so you telling me your first name is state of and your last name is Georgia? Gotta be. If you're gonna tell me you're gonna override what the state said and you think you're gonna give me a ticket. There's no private parking when it comes to handicap parking, son. If you're gonna put that up there, you got that from the state. That makes it eligible for me to park there anytime I get ready without fail. So instead of arguing with this guy, I just took the same information that was on his sign, sent him that little patent number and all that, and then I screenshot the little state of Georgia thing, and I texted to him while we was talking. I said, take 30 seconds to read that, and then we'll talk again. And he read that. He said, all right, I'm gonna take the ticket off. And but you know, it's private property. I just hung the phone up. I said, you know what? That's it's no need to talk to you anymore. You know, I said, if you feel that strong about it, because you're not law enforcement, there's really no way you can enforce this ticket anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't issued by the state of Georgia or by Fulton County. So hey, good luck with that anyway. Do what you do. Okay. Wow. So I said, it's just crazy. So I said, so if you want to go to court and you want to talk about this and embarrass your company, just know that if you waste my time and I got to come to court and all that, then I'm coming after you. Okay, because I think you're trying to be a little discriminatory against veterans. That's what I think. And you know I'm calculated when I do my stuff. So play that card, but be careful you want to do that now, because you're speaking on behalf of the company that you work for. See, you don't have that kind of weight to speak on their behalf. But if you want to do that, go ahead. But I'll see you again soon. Okay. And we'll talk about it another time. That's my off the dome right there. People know what the hell you talking about. You did? Okay. So check it out, man. This is the show called BaldHeaded Reason, man. Go ahead and like, subscribe. We're on YouTube and Spotify. New episodes every Monday, man. Go ahead and hit that like button. Fellas, it's been a pleasure, man. We like for you guys to tap in and check us out. Every week, we got content, man, coming out there, man. It's one of the funniest new podcasts out there, man. So if you're missing this, you're missing something, all right? So we thank y'all for joining us, man. This is BaldHeaded Reason. We'll see you again on the flip side. And as always, baby, it's love and it's peace and it's soul, all right? One time for your mind, you dig? We out. For sure.